Paul and Joshua happening in December? Anything, any prediction on how it will go? Yeah, if it's not handicapped, Anthony Joshua will knock him out.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
I respect them both. It's not a fight I even thought of. It's nothing to do with me to start with. It come out of the blue, but it's intriguing. And I think from Jake's perspective, he's had a lot of criticism about he is a pro boxer now. The way you want to look at it, he trains as a pro, but, and he's fighting as a pro.
Rules, 10-ounce gloves. So they're the little ones that I knock people out with. And when AJ's got them on, trust me, you can feel them knuckles through the gloves. Big heavyweight with the same size gloves as what I had on, so it's not 14 or 16 ounces.
Jake Paul's name got mentioned next to Anthony Joshua's. Because let's be honest, Jake's entire boxing career looks like a science fair project built out of recycled exhibition matches and retired UFC fighters held together with duct tape and delusion. Commentators argue he's not climbing the ladder. He's skipping rungs like a kid who refuses fairness in a board game. And now he wants Joshua? The man built like a Greek statue that can punch like a jet engine malfunctioning at full speed? The audacity is spiritual. This isn't an underdog story. This is a man speed-running disaster for content. And the best part? Jake walks around convinced he's the chosen one. The combat sports protagonist. The YouTube Neo. Brother, this isn't The Matrix. This is Final Destination.
For heavyweights in the Olympics?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know Anthony Joshua's history, but I'm thinking about ring experience. That's pretty much it. And I commend Jake Paul for what he's done. I commend him for the work he's put in and how serious he's taken the sport. From going from a YouTuber and actually taking it seriously and dedicating his life to boxing and entertaining, in his own lane and creating a lane for himself in the sport. So you can't handicap a fight like this too, huh? It's not.
He won the gold medal, Ocho, in the 2012 Olympics in London.
Yeah.
Joshua hits you and the Wi-Fi disconnects from your soul. But hey, credit where it's due. The kid believes in himself, wildly, recklessly, hilariously, enough to create the most chaotic headline boxing scene in years. This fight isn't just controversial, it's symbolic. Analysts are screaming that this bout represents boxing's full jump from legitimate sport to Instagram Super Bowl, where spectacle, skill, and clout rankings. They say the matchup exposes a sport that's traded credibility for cash, tradition for TikToks, and competitive integrity for algorithms. And the sad part? They're not entirely wrong. Joshua versus Paul isn't for belts, legacy, or supremacy. It's for views, pay-per-view buys, merch, and memes.
Well, I did say a year ago when he got splattered by Daniel Dubois that he's finished now. He won't get that confidence back. He's not had any confidence, in his head. No belief for a long time. And I don't think he can get back to world level. There's a couple of new young guns now coming up and coming through. It's like a changing of the guard. And when Usyk retires, I don't know what Daniel Dubois is going to do next, but what Daniel Dubois did to him, then he went on and lost to Usyk. But there's a few new heavyweights coming through, Moses Atalma, just to mention one. And you wouldn't start putting AJ in with any of these young up-and-comers that can punch hard, because I just don't think he's got the chance, because the ambition and the desire is going to be gone. So AJ most definitely is cashing out, and you can't fault him. Fair play to him. He's going to get a massive payday, maximise.
It's business wearing boxing gloves, sanctioning bodies. Oh, they're not innocent bystanders. They're backstage counting paydays like accountants at a casino. You think they're ruining boxing? They think they're restructuring revenue streams. This fight is a mirror held up to the sport, and the reflection isn't flattering. It's wearing sunglasses indoors and asking for a brand deal. And yet, fans are watching. Critics are ranting. Clips are going viral. Because while boxing purists cry, the entertainment economy celebrates. The show must go on even if the punches come with subtitles that read, "This is absolutely insane."
Oh, it's not a fight I even thought of. It's nothing to do with me to start with. It come out of the blue, but it's intriguing. And I think from Jake's perspective, he's had a lot of criticism about he is a pro boxer now. The way you want to look at it, he trains as a pro, but and he's fighting as a pro. They said it's about time he fought some. I've seen some of the stuff, that been said. When's he going to fight someone? Well, he's gone from one extreme to the other. That's what he's doing. So if that fight happens, you've got to take your hat off to him.
He got called out by Andre Ward, AJ. Would you rather see Jake fight AJ, which is obviously, as we know, a mismatch, or Andre Ward, who's been retired for what, 4 years?
I'd much rather see AJ fight Tyson.
Oh, please.
But
I dread to think how many
we
times
don't know if
you've
that's
done
going to
this.
happen because the big man, he's filming, he's not made his mind up what he's going to.
Let's keep it real. Anthony Joshua is not doing this because he woke up craving a challenge. He's doing it because the paycheck is doing jumping jacks in front of him. Analysts call it openly. This is financial motivation dressed as combat sports. Joshua has nothing to prove, nothing to gain competitively, and everything to gain financially. He's not chasing belts, he's chasing commas. And honestly, can you blame him? Fight a top heavyweight and risk your health? Or fight Jake Paul and risk what? A TikTok roasting you? Joshua is playing 4D chess while Paul is still biting the pieces. AJ knows exactly what this is, a beautifully wrapped, low-risk, high-reward payday. A financial cheat code. A prize fight without the fight. But the irony? He's still expected to obliterate Paul in seconds, because one slip-up and the world will implode on him like he ruined boxing personally. That's the twisted part of superstardom. This easy fight is actually high stakes for his reputation, but not his jaw.
I did say a year ago when he got splattered by Daniel Dubois that he's finished now. He won't get that confidence back. He's not had any confidence, in his head. No belief for a long time. And I don't think he can get back to world level. There's a couple of new young guns now coming up and coming through. It's like a changing of the guard. And when Usyk retires, I don't know what Daniel Dubois is going to do next, but what Daniel Dubois did to him, then he went on and lost to Usyk. But there's a few new heavyweights coming through, Moses Atalma, just to mention one. And you wouldn't start putting AJ in with any of these young up-and-comers that can punch hard, because I just don't think he's got the chance, because the ambition and the desire is going to be gone. So AJ most definitely is cashing out, and you can't fault him. Fair play to him. He's going to get a massive payday, maximise his exit route.
His jaw will be fine. Can't say the same for Jake. Experts are polite about it, but let's translate their analysis into regular human language. Jake Paul is a middle schooler showing up to a university exam hoping confidence counts as answers. Joshua has size, technique, pedigree, timing, IQ, experience, power, literally every stat maxed like a video game boss fight.
A lot of discussion around the weight. Joshua fought Usyk twice. Both of those times, Usyk was 221 pounds. Joshua was 240 to 245. When Jake fought Mike Tyson last year, 227 pounds. I expect Jake will come in anywhere between 225 and 230, and Anthony Joshua has a weight limit of 245 pounds.
There will be those, as you're aware, that will look at it and criticise this fight. There already have been, haven't there? They'll say it's a real mismatch. What would you say to them? Are we going to be watching sport at its purest?
Jake, he has hustle, stamina, youth, and the ability to talk like he invented microphones. Respect his work ethic. Sure, the kid trains like he's running from karma, but effort doesn't make you magically So yes, the fight makes no competitive sense, but financially, it's genius, ugly genius, shameless genius. But genius nonetheless. The consensus is unanimous. If this fight is real, Joshua likely ends it violently and early. We're talking first round, maybe even first minute. Analysts describe the knockout risk for Paul as severe, immediate, and almost guaranteed. And honestly, they're not exaggerating. Joshua punches like he's trying to knock the earth off its axis.
I think it's a possibility. No one is backing Jake Paul currently. You've seen him in the ring. You can see that he's got some knockout power. And I also believe people don't look at Joshua's last few fights. And I don't think it's going to be as big of a landslide as people feel. I feel like there's an overhand right that could easily land. And I wouldn't predict that Joshua's chin can last that. The problem is that all of the pressure's on Joshua at the moment. So Jake Paul, if he gets knocked out in 12 seconds, he should get knocked out. The problem is, as soon as Joshua starts taking damage, all of a sudden he's thinking, the world is watching me, I'm a professional fighter, and I'm getting beat off a YouTuber. All of the pressure is in Joshua, and that's a lot that can weigh on a man. You can't deny that Jake Paul has power. I think it's one of his only attributes. I think he's a very poor boxer, but what he does have is a weird technique where you don't know what
he's got power. How do we know he's got power?
He's knocked people out. Joshua has all of the world looking at him thinking you should walk him over. If it gets 2 rounds, 3 rounds inside, I think Joshua loses.
Jake Paul has never experienced that level of power, not even in training. But here's where it gets fun. Boxing is boxing. Chaos loves this sport. One weird exchange, one awkward angle, one lucky punch, and the world could wake up screaming. That tiny sliver of possibility, microscopic but present, is why this fight is exploding online. Fans say it's stupid. Analysts say it's insane. Purists say it's disrespectful. Promoters say it's brilliant. And Jake Paul, he says it's destiny. So whether this ends in destruction, humiliation, shock, or global meltdown, one thing's certain. Clips will go viral, memes will go nuclear, and the internet will feast.